Oop, and it did go. Awesome. Perfect.
I just saw it said uploading.
There we go. Awesome.
Jimmy on the pod, solo act, no quitting. Madhouse bar talk, where the drinks stay spitting. Views going wild like a monkey gone rogue, running his own lane in a circus of smoke. Guido hit the eject, dipped out the scene. Jimmy steered the chaos, kept it lean and mean. No co-pilot needed. He thrives in the clash, controversies, the stash, raking views with a dash. Madness on the mic, sipping truth like it's gin. Every episode's a fight. Who's the champ of the spin? Randoms on the stool, spill tales from the void. Jimmy plays the villain, but the people stay buoyed. Solo flight, no wingman, just the heat. Questions unscripted, got him squirming the seat. Joe Rogan whispers, but Jimmy got roar. Clickbait machetes hacking straight to the core. Bar feels alive when the topics get steamy. Listeners keep clicking saying this fool's dreamy. Drama be the fuel, chaos be the plan. Welcome to the Madhouse, hosted by one madman.
Perfect. It is going perfectly.
Great beats.
What's that?
Great beats.
You know, it's funny. That's everybody laughs. That's AI. I literally, my wife punched in a few words, and there you go. We got the AI music to start us out.
Wild, man.
It is wild. It just takes a few minutes, and bam, you got it. All right, we're on today. Special guest here today, and it's Greg Sotkovsky?
Greg Sotkovsky. Yeah.
Sotkovsky.
Close enough,
Sotkovsky. All right. All I got was the book. I did get the book though. I did get it. I did not get into it as far as I wanted to though. I've been busy and we had this already planned, which is kind of good. You can kind of tell me the story yourself, I guess, that way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
A little bit. It's tell everybody the story themselves. So, you, the name of the book is Everybody Pays A Vig. And this is, it's quite the degenerate statement, right?
It's just,
I mean,
Vig's a street tax, man. I'm a street tax.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, it's as soon as I seen it, I knew what it was. I thought, but I laughed. I go, that's kind of funny, you know. What made you come up with the title Everybody Pays A Vig?
You know, I used to be a bookie back in the day. And,
oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, and it was like one of those things where whatever you put into it in this world, you got to pay something, right? So
Amen.
So as I was writing it, was my stories of like my entrepreneurial journey from, you know, everything that's happened in my life for the most part up until the end. And then my next one that's coming out is called The Shaman from Jersey, and it's just a continuation. And the reason why I came up with Everybody Pays A Vig is because we're all paying into something, right? Most people aren't aware that if you, like, let's say you hardcore go into your business or whatever, well, what's gonna falter is your family if you're not putting the energy into them as well, right?
Fact, yeah,
you know?
that's absolute.
And I coach a lot of high-end achievers, and it's always the same. It's always the same. I put so much time and energy into my business, my kids hate me. It's like, well, you weren't in your kid's life. What do you expect? You know,
I have a friend like that who's, I mean, he's worth millions. And he did it on drywall, believe it or not. He did it just doing drywall, but I mean, a lot of it. I mean, millions of square feet a year. But, yeah, his dad kind of has or his son has, which his son runs the drywall now, but his son's kind of got a kind of like a thing, well, my dad never went to my, dirt bike events or whatever, or, he's got kind of feels a certain way about it. You know what I mean?
It affects people in different ways, you know?
Yeah. But I mean, he's got a big, beautiful house he helped them get and a bunch of land. And, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's true and everything. But I mean, when you're a kid, right? So everything happens to us 0 to 8 years old. Right? You from 0 to 8 years old, I can tell you exactly who you are at 42. Unless you've had some catastrophic events or whatever that's going to change the way you view life. And most of our programming is from 0 to 8 years old. So if your dad wasn't there at your little league games, or he said you sucked a whole bunch and all of that, you can be 42 years old and have so many things in your life, but you actually believe you suck. So you'll self-sabotage, you'll procrastinate. Human behavior is wild, man. That's why I love it so much.
Yeah, it certainly is. So you've been an entrepreneur, mostly construction,
Yeah,
right?
for the most part, yeah.
Were you like a carpenter working for somebody at some point, or?
Yeah, man, I was a carpenter mason as a kid.
Yeah.
And I grew up wanting to get a better life. Being my back hurt, knees hurt, head hurt most of the times. Got hit in the head with 2x4s and block. And I transitioned from being a carpenter and a mason to actually studying this guy Carlton Sheet back in the day, his cassettes on how to buy houses creatively. And
okay.
I created a career off of that, like literally off of creative financing. We were one of the first online repositories of owner finance and lease purchase property in the world in 2004 and 5.
Oh, wow. Well, how'd that work out in 2008?
Well, 2008.
And 2009.
Well, that's why I said 2004, 2005. Because I was the one that got the financial literacy lesson. And what happened in 2008, 2009, after my startup failed, I spent like $400,000 on that fucker. And after it failed, because everybody was making so much money, that's when that niche market started to really be affected. And right now, it's like a tsunami, man. You can walk in and pick up options everywhere you look, especially in Ohio.
Yeah. Well, our properties have skyrocketed out here. You're literally paying more per square foot to build in Ohio than you are in like Myrtle Beach, literally right now. I mean, my sister built a house brand new in. It's not Myrtle Beach, but it's one city in basically.
Okay.
So she's 10 minutes from 10 minutes from being at the beach, but she's not actually in Myrtle Beach. But I mean, she built for like $100 a square foot essentially. You know what I mean? And here we're $190, $200 a square foot, which is wild.
Yeah, it is wild.
Yeah, it's but when you went in her neighborhood, there was you couldn't have spoke English to anybody. Maybe if you found a guy driving through in a truck, he might have known English, but that's about it. And I'm talking electricians, plumbers, everybody. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? That's just how it was. So you were in. So what happened to you then in 2008 and 2009?
So the markets collapsed in 2008 on my birthday, September 18th. Previously, I already bought beachfront property in Mexico, in Seesaw, Mexico. And January of 2009, I was pushing my daughter's carriage through Atlanta Airport, going to move to Mexico.
You were just going to move there?
Yeah, why not? The markets collapse. So I have, there's so many incidences in my life where it's like I have to recall, okay, so what was I doing going to Mexico? Oh, yeah, that's right. I bought that condo. Now, I was the real estate guy. And I bought this condo in Atlanta at this place called Spaghetti Junction, where a million cars a day drove by, supposedly. And, being a real estate guy, the real estate association was having meetings in this one building, so I bought a condo. I figured it'd be like shooting fish in a barrel. And what I didn't realize was all the paperwork in the condo was fraudulent. All the utilities were forged. And I remember, I want to say 2 months, 3 months in, I was coming out of the elevator and I walked into the lobby and there was dozens of feds. They were just I walked out of the elevator. I was like, I had to put my hands up. I was like, oh no. What just happened to this building? And long story short, the guy that was running the place ended up taking like $400 million from all the real estate projects he had in Atlanta, and he fled back to his home country on a private jet.
Wow.
So I wasn't paying attention. I was so engrossed into this, owner finance real estate stuff that I wasn't paying attention to the real estate market.
Right,
right. You know what I mean? So it was like, oops.
Yeah.
One of the grander fuck ups of my life, but yeah.
So how long did you live down in Mexico then?
Raised my daughter with my ex-wife for 7 years down here.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I'm back down here. I'm in Merida.
Oh, you're in Mexico now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I moved
didn't
back
realize
down
that.
again a year and a half ago. To get my health back because I lost all my health in the United States, and then got kicked out of this 9/11 program, and it's just long drawn out bullshit.
Yeah, what's the story with that? So you went down. So how did that go down in 9/11? So you were in New Jersey when the tower got hit, right?
Yeah, I was in downtown Jersey City. I was renovating 2 properties of mine and my partner's. I was in the middle of moving to Florida to get married October 27th of that year. So it was quite chaotic. So when September 11th happened, I was renovating one of my houses and on First Street downtown. And walked out of my place, saw one of the I think it was one of the towers that was on fire or whatever. Got my girl. She was a photographer at the time. Told her to get her cameras, and we walked down to the river, and it was wild, man. It was like a movie set, complete pandemonium. And subsequently, we ended up watching both of them fall. And
Wow.
my ex-wife, she's got dozens, if not hundreds, of pictures of them actually falling in sequence. It's been a wild ride. And long story short, 11 years later, I developed carcinoid tumor in my right lung. And 5 years later, they ended up taking my mid and lower lobe of my right lung out.
So But you were in the program. You were in the 9/11 program at one time, and then they. Okay.
See, the program's shut down now. I mean, there's people right now that are dying left, right, and center from cancers and all kinds of diseases. They can't be seen by doctors because the program was just a complete farce, basic scam. And I'm calling that shit out every day because I had to move to Mexico. They wanted $1,900 a month for me just for medical.
Isn't that outrageous? And then how big was the deductible after that?
Oh, it was like $10,000 or something.
Yeah,
or
that's
15,000.
insanity.
But the thing is, the 9/11 program. I mean, there are tens of thousands of people right now on the program that are sick and dying, and it's not funded. You know, and there's a guy out there right now that's been doing this for 20 years. His name is John Field, and he's the one that's been leading the charge. You know, getting everybody riled up in Congress, and he did some stuff with Jon Stewart, and nobody gives a shit. Politicians just don't care, man.
No kidding.
Yeah,
So when did they stop funding it?
Okay, so let me back up. I know there's programs that are running, okay? So there's got to be funds there. It's just that now, with everything going on, government closing and all of that shit, there was problems for the last few years. And right now, I was removed from the program, and I say removed because they no longer gave me my case manager. I've been through probably 15 case managers in the last, say, 8 years. 2025, yeah, like 8 years. And it just seemed like every time there was some progress, they switched over to another case manager and started all over again. And that's not a very far-fetched story. There's many out there. The problem mostly is that there's always some kind of funding obstacle because they bake all of this funding shit into their bills, right?
Yeah,
and
right.
It's always like, you know, it's always some crazy shit about why they're not going to fund something. But I mean,
I've always been one that says a bill should be limited to like maybe 2 paragraphs. It's bullshit.
40,000 pages. 15,000.
Yeah, right. It doesn't make any sense.
And they give it to you the night before, right?
Yeah. Here, read this. And then they have something in there like, we're gonna cut the assholes out of every human being, and then you know what I mean? But it's a bill for, you know, free ice cream, and then they're like going, oh, he turned down free ice cream for everybody. You know, like, come on.
Such a
It's
crock
shit's
of
crazy.
shit. Yeah, no, it is.
Oh,
such
it's
a crock
all,
of
it's
shit.
bullshit. It is. It's bullshit. So you're saying Mexico, you can afford health care there?
So for the $1,900 that I would have spent in medical, I live here for $1,900 and be seen by some of the best doctors in the world, state-of-the-art facilities. Like, I bust my family's chops because I could walk into a place and get an MRI. I don't need a note from a doctor or anything. I could walk into a place and get my blood done and have the results the same day. And it's like, you know, you start laughing because I used to have to wait months for results, months for appointments, and I go and I go to these brand new state of the art facilities here, and most of the people speak English. And I had a knee surgery here. My 15th knee surgery was in September, and it cost me like $6,600 or $6,000. It would have cost me, I don't know, 10, 15 times that in the United States.
So you pay out of pocket?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's
so
just
much
cheaper to pay out of pocket.
Yeah, it's so much cheaper.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that on many occasions. Americans' healthcare is ridiculous, absolutely absurd. The cost of it, and I think I blame the Affordable Care Act myself. I'm not a big fan of the Affordable Care Act because it seems like it didn't make it affordable for anybody.
I mean, the political part of it, I think they're all full of shit. I think, they talk a good game, and I think, but both sides are just, they meander past their own bullshit and then meet up and have coffee later. That's the way I look at it.
I don't disagree with that. I just know that before I have a construction company. We had a lot of guys working and everything, and it would cost me $450 a family for medical for my employees. And then we had went into what was called a health savings account.
Okay, yeah.
And it had like a $2,500 deductible in the health savings account. But at the same time, I could get that for the employees for like $240 for family, per family. And then I would give them the extra. I would split the difference with them. I'd give them the rest and put it into their health savings account so they'd have money to pay when they went to the doctor. So they really ended up with no deductible that way at half the price, that they were paying prior to that. And then all of a sudden the Affordable Care Act came out, and it's like, you just can't afford insurance no more. Like, it's unreal what the costs are at this point. It doesn't make sense.
They want $1,900 a month. I was like, you're out of your mind.
No, I'm the same way. I have to pay my own insurance, and I have a $6,500 deductible, and it's insane to me. I mean, there's no reason for it. It doesn't make sense at all, and it doesn't cover anything basically. And you know what the worst part is? I don't go to the doctor. I'm 52 years old, and I have been to the doctor in my adult life 3 times.
Oh, God bless, man.
That's it. I've only been to the doctor 3 times. And they charge me, you know what I mean? Like, it's wild to me. It's absolutely wild. So I'm not a big fan of. So, but I didn't realize Mexico had a just as good of a healthcare system.
Oh no, not just as good, far better.
You think it's well?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not talking about waiting time, but I mean as far as the doctors.
No. I'm talking about doctors. I'm talking about procedures. I'm talking. I've had probably just in 2020 alone, I had a surgery a month and then procedures in the middle. The 9-hour cancer surgery. Every doctor you could think of. I've had, I think 30 surgeries in the last 8 years. 30 surgeries and procedures. Most of them at Emory University. And Emory's supposed to be like one of the best teaching hospitals or whatever. That place is fucking misery. That place, there's so much bullshit in that place. And I'm sure it's like every other healthcare system in the United States. It's just, the people are there and they're beautiful. It's the system itself that sucks. And so when I say about Mexico, I mean, they have Mexican tourism for healthcare now, man. I mean, the prices are just ridiculous. And you're speaking to doctors that went to school in the United States.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know,
It just
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. That I was just going to say, and the problem is that they come here, they get educated, they go there, and it's a lot easier. They actually get to help people there more. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They actually do. You can go to a doctor at a pharmacy. Like, so if you had a cold or something, and it would cost you $5, $10.
See, they have that here now too, though. They call it the Minute Clinic and stuff in Ohio. I don't know about elsewhere, but in Ohio, I know like you can go to Walgreens, CVS's, and they have a clinic there where you can get some of your medicines. I mean, it's probably a lot more limited than Mexico is, but yeah, a lot of people do that because it's a lot cheaper. It's almost like going to urgent care, you know?
Yeah, a different version of urgent care.
Yeah,
Definitely.
but you just walk in. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, but I've never been to it, but I know that people that have went to it. That's not been my whole thing. So you've moved all over the place and all these different entrepreneur ideas. You were in Jersey, Florida, Atlanta, Hawaii, Mexico. Am I missing any?
Yeah.
Jamaica?
I lived in a bush in Jamaica for 6 months with somebody that was savants. And he taught me exactly what the mind can do. And, you know, it's been a wild ride.
What do you mean? Talk to me. I want to hear this. Jamaican.
So this guy, he's a Sicilian from Jersey City. His name is Louis Dante. He's one of my best friends ever in my fucking existence. And him and I had an opportunity to go live in the bush of Jamaica with no electricity and no water. And it was probably one of the best experiences of my life because he actually showed me. Being savant, I mean, he was like proficient in 9 different martial arts. He wanted to teach me so I could protect him. I mean, he's like amazing. Like amazing guitarist for cathedrals. Like you listen to his guitar and you start crying, and he's like micro mosaics, and he's just an amazing human. So what he showed me what the mind can do through mental trickery. I mean, you could overcome anything as long as you believe you can. And this is one of the root causes of my career right now is spreading that. You know, if a knucklehead like Meek from New Jersey can figure this shit out, anybody can. And it's all about something called the reticular activating system that everybody has. And I can take a lot of my clients are traumatically fucked up. And they've been going to therapy for years and all of that, and just modern day therapy just doesn't amplify how humans can correct their behavior. It suppresses.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in that. I'm a firm believer that you can correct things yourself. I mean, I believe that your body's better off without the medicines in it. That, you know, I think it refrains you. I think that people would be better off with work and exercise than they would with half the medicines that they have in the country today.
Well, what people don't realize is we have the medicine within inside of us.
Sure, yeah.
Right? So we have the largest pharmaceutical set known to any species in the planet, and we can control it. And when you learn how to control your emotions, it's the fucking game changer, man. That's how you elevate yourself in this.
You're from Jersey and you can control your emotions?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why the next book is The Shaman from Jersey, man. Yeah. I used to be the wild fucker, man. I wanted to be the loudest in the room. I wanted to, be obnoxious and just boisterous, and realized that was just all insecurities, man.
No kidding. Yeah. So what do you? So your clients? So you said your clients. What do you work with? Who do you work with now that are your clients? What are you talking exactly?
So I teach people how to get out of their fucking head. Right?
Okay.
So through all of this cancer shit, it's been a 13-year battle. And, I have 4 different diagnoses from 9/11, from PTSD to GERDs, Barrett's esophagus, lung cancer. So I've been through the medical system. And, it's really hard when somebody tells you have cancer. Like right off the bat, your mind is fucked. And I was told they were going to be treating me 4 different times for 4 different cancers. And they were only right once. And I have scars for all 4 times. So I've been exposed to a lot of bullshit where, like, you walk into a doctor's office and they give you your results and they're like, hey, have you ever had a bad x-ray? It's like, oh, fuck, what are you going to tell me? I'm going to be dead by Tuesday? I've had those instances. And for the longest time, I kept my head fucked up mentally, believing that I was a piece of shit. You know, I was a high achiever and I couldn't even pay the electric bill because I'd be in bed for a month, 2 months at a time. I'd be in bed for 3 weeks. I'd have to go to this doctor. I'd be, you know, I've had so many surgeries and procedures, and I realize how fortunate I am because I know people that have twice, 3 times that in the same time period.
Wow.
This 9/11 shit is just eating people up because it's all, you know, toxic metals and all kinds of crazy shit that we've been exposed to.
Well, I mean, that building finished in a 73, I think, or 72, like right when we were born. Yeah. And so things weren't the greatest then. Then you add jet fuel and crash it and see what, I mean, who knows what all that turns into.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
It's, you know, the whole fucking scenario, you know, it's really weird because I think it was the EPA director at the time, Christy Todd Whitman, said everything was fine. You can go in there, you can do whatever the fuck it is that you want, go help people, and then they knew exactly what was there. I mean, all those buildings were covered in asbestos.
Yeah.
They were supposed to take all of that shit out for $1 billion. Man. They knew that.
They were?
Oh, yeah,
prior to that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, no kidding.
A lot of crazy stories about 9/11. 9/11 happened, and a lot of problems went away.
Well, there's a lot. So you're one of those people that think that it might have been America might have been involved, huh?
No, I'm one of those guys that stood on the rumble.
Yeah,
you know?
no, I get that.
You know what I mean?
That.
So I went down different rabbit holes. Listen, when it comes to the government and all that, I don't fucking believe anything they say. I don't give a shit which side. Like I said before, I believe these guys, they're lying fucks as soon as they open up their mouth. And whatever they're going to say, it's backed by however they're going to make their money.
Okay. I agree with that. I don't disagree with that.
The one lady's leaving. She was in there for 40 years. She made $174,000 a year. She's worth $270 million. How the fuck did that happen?
Yeah. She's just really good with stocks.
Yeah, right? It's, you know, it's not the conspiracy theories, man. It's just really wild how all we do, we're the only species on this planet that pays to live here. Right?
I mean, maybe.
And we're the only species that is uncomfortable in its own environment.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I could agree with that, maybe.
You know,
I don't know that we're the only ones that pay to live here. I mean, the other animals certainly have to put in the work to survive.
Sure, but they're not taxed. What figure they paying, right? They just worked all day. The beaver just made his little construction thing, and he built his little house and everything. What's going to wipe it out? Maybe a flash flood. Other than that, he's got a beautiful house. The taxman isn't knocking on his fucking door.
We're also the only species that help each other. So there's that. That's something to look at good.
Yes, and as we're helping each other, we're also going in each other's pockets.
No, well, I mean, there's that, but there are people that genuinely help each other. I mean, that does exist.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, I mean, there's genuinely people that help each other. Although, have you seen this thing that's going around the internet? My wife's showing it to me last night. This lady that calls the church and says she didn't get her SNAP benefits. Have you seen this? For people who haven't seen it, this is wild. Look it up. The lady is calling around to Christian churches, big Christian churches, and she's telling them she doesn't have her SNAP benefits, and she's asking for, I think she needs formula. She's saying she needs formula. And it's like out of 20, out of 27, only 2 have agreed to take care of her help her with getting formula. That's sad. That's no church I ever went to. No, I mean, I've got a friend that's a pastor at a church. Actually, he runs about 4 of the same church, but they have 4 locations or 5 locations, something like that. And I know for a fact, if you called him, Troy Thompson, shout out to him. I mean, I know if you gave him a call, I promise he'd make sure you had some formula. I'm certain of it. But you see this, and that's sad to see that. That's you could call my bar and I own a bar and grill, my Madhouse Bar and Grill. It's a restaurant. If you called here and needed formula, I'd make sure you got it. I mean, I'm no church, but I'd make sure of it. I promise you. You know what I mean? Like that's sad to me. That's really, really upsetting. You know, that's what they're supposed to do. It used to be what they would do. Yeah, it used to be they would. You know, I don't know. That's wild though. That's scary to me.
I always tell people all roads lead to Rome.
All those. Well, you mean we're going to have the same outcome?
Well, no. It's, you know what we're talking about. People going to churches, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Catholic Church. I mean, it's the oldest corporation on the planet.
Yes.
And it's an institution all on its own. And people like, you know, the churches should be selling fucking hamburgers, considering that they have the best prime real estate on the planet. Like McDonald's and Burger King.
Yeah, I saw it's one of the Godfathers. They talk about that. Is it Godfather 2? They talk about that, the Catholic Church.
Catholic Church.
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's Godfather 2. They talk about how it's the largest real estate holding company in the world. Yeah.
And they don't pay any tax.
No, yeah, because it's I mean.
And they won't give out baby formula.
Well, I don't know if she called Catholic churches. I do know she called Christian
ones. I'm
ones.
just using that as a reference.
Yeah.
As a reference because they are the largest fucking corporation on the planet, oldest.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So your battle. So now you're in Mexico.
Yep.
For medical reasons only. Oh, that's the only reason, just so you can afford medical insurance.
Well, just so I have a better life. You know, it was a long cancer battle, 13 years, man. And, you know, we lost everything. We sold everything. I got divorced, you know. It's the shit that happens when you have fucking cancer or multiple diagnoses for diseases.
So how much do you think you've spent in medical insurance and medical procedures?
See that there was some things that were covered and some things weren't. But there was definitely out of pocket for us.
Insurance and everything. What do you think you've spent in all this time?
I couldn't even give you a number.
That's
honestly,
great. That's sad.
I couldn't even give you a number. I was at the emergency room probably like 40 something times.
Wow.
You know, I've been in places where they said like if you didn't show up by the morning you'd be dead. You know, my daughter watched me sick half her life. My wife used to just walk in and check on me to see if I was still breathing. I mean,
my wife does that too. My wife does that now, and there's nothing wrong with me. She's just a control freak.
Yeah, but she's got a great insurance policy on your ass.
She's walking in hoping.
Oh, he's still breathing. Hold on to this pillow, fucker. You know?
No, yeah, I just wonder. I'm curious. I don't know. I'm just curious.
I've been through the system on Medicaid. I've been through the system in 9/11 community. I have been in the system that I have a pretty good grasp of how fucked up it really is.
Yeah.
You know, and it's one of those things where I've improved so much in my life for it that I can't actually look at it as bad fucking experiences. Simply because I help people all over the world get out of their mental fucking frustrations. Because I've learned how to alchemize all of this shit.
So how does somebody get a hold of you if they wanted to talk? Like, how do they reach out to you on that for those services? How do you get your customers?
Mostly word of mouth.
Oh, really?
Believe it or not, yeah. But it's CraigSotkovsky.com. It's my website. And I give everybody 15 minutes. And I have friends in this business, and they're just like, what the fuck? You give them 15 minutes? Are you out of your mind? You know how much time that is? I'm like, dude, you know how many people just need one tweak? Just one tweak of their frequency to dial into their life, to change it forever, and they're just walking around for 20, 30 years with all of this luggage and shit on top of their shoulders, the weight of the world. And just because, you know, daddy said that you sucked, or your mother said something, or your cousins thought you were an asshole when you were a kid, and you're 45, 50 years old, you're an executive at some fucking corporation, and you think you're a piece of shit. No, man, that's not cool.
Well, it depends. I mean, if you're taking up all the money and not giving raises to your employees, maybe you are a piece of shit.
That's definitely true, and a lot of times that definitely is the case. However, I got to keep it. I have to keep it correct.
So then they reach out to you. So, do they pay like a fee, like a monthly fee or something for your services, or how does that work?
It depends on the program that they're looking to do.
Okay.
I have a couple programs, and I'm not fucking cheap. That's why I'm a high-end achiever. But I help people for the last, I was mentoring while I was battling cancer in Atlanta, and it was all free. So I've given out thousands of fucking hours of free shit. And I continue to. Like I said, I give everybody 15 minutes. I can come up with something real fast for whatever's plaguing fucking somebody.
Yeah.
And I call it a blessed curse, because it is. I'm an empath, so I get shitted on all the time by people because I used to allow it, and now I just don't anymore. But
yeah, you don't seem like the guy that's going to allow somebody to push you around. You don't seem like that.
I've had people fuck with me while I was battling cancer when they thought that I was actually going to be dead. Now I've heard that they're fucking running for the hills because I'm not.
Yeah, that's wild. Are you in remission now?
No, it's not remission. It's just I don't have cancer.
Oh, what's the difference? I guess I'm stupid.
So, no, it's not about being stupid. I mean, cancer's a fucking crazy business because there's many levels, there's many like A, B, what number, and fucking... I think all of this shit is broken down just for treatments, to be honest with you. Like, my cancer was so rare, that's why they know it was from the World Trade Center, that they were able to cut it out. And that was it. No chemo, no radiation, none of that shit.
Oh, you didn't have to do any of that.
No, they just had to take my mid and lower lobe of my right lung out, and then after that, I had peripheral neuropathy for 6 fucking years, man. And I still have
but I'll tell you what, my brother, we went down to my sister's house, and my brother got the diagnosis while we were there. He had a colonoscopy scheduled while we were there and found out he had cancer. And he went through chemo, and it went into remission or whatever. But then they had to test him every so often. And as they tested him, they found it again. He had to do some more treatments. And then now this last time they found it again. Now it's in his liver. And this is only in 3 years that this has happened. And he's going through chemo right now. And I'm going to tell you what, my sister, I feel for her, man. He's got his lips are bleeding. He's got no hair on his body. His nose, he can't eat. His dick's bleeding. Like, it's fucking horrific, dude. It's one of the most horrific things that anybody would ever have to go through. And he's not even done with it yet. You know what I mean? They're still treating him. You know, so I mean that chemo, when you get to a certain level of it, obviously if he had chemo before, it didn't bother him. My dad had chemo, it didn't do that to him, but what they're putting him through right now is hell. It's just pure hell.
Oh, 100%, man. I'm a patient advocate in the 9/11 community. I talk to people. I've probably lost 100 fucking friends in the last few years. It's wild. Chemo is fucking crazy because and the thing is, it's like most people don't die from cancer.
That's what I heard. I heard that most people actually die from treatment before they die from the cancer. Yeah. That's
there's so many crazy things. I've been exposed to so much shit in the cancer industry, and just in the nutrition industry, just the whole medical shit. You know, it's like when people ask me like about the cancer and shit, they're like, you know, what did you go through? Like, I took a picture, and I'm gonna put it in my next book, and it's a pyramid of pill bottles, and that was just the shit that I remembered to take that picture. And there's dozens and dozens and dozens of pill bottles, man, because they got you on all kinds of crazy shit. Because
they ends up one pill counteracts the other pill, right? Pretty much. Yeah, that's what was going on with my dad. When he had his lung cancer, and then he had some heart issues. The next thing you know, they've got him on so many pills, it's not even funny. He didn't even eat half of them.
That's the whole thing, man. So it was like, I have clogged artery. I got bad blood. I got white blood cell issues. I got GERDs, Barrett's esophagus. My fucking throat just closes at whim whenever it wants to. You're talking about constantly following that cancer shit. They've been following the same spot on my lung for the last 8 years. Every year I get looked at, get scanned or whatever, and it's always the same fucking spot. So it's always in the back of your head, shit's gonna come back or whatever. But you gotta power through it.
Yeah,
you gotta fucking
for
power
sure.
through it, man.
So, but what you're saying is you're teaching people how to overcome it all. You're going through it, and this is how you fix it. And it's not just cancer. Like, what if a guy has a financial problem?
Doesn't fucking
and he's
matter.
having trouble.
Everything is based on who you are. Look in the mirror. That's your fucking competition, and that's your problem.
Every time.
Every fucking time it comes down to you versus you, and one of you fuckers has to die. And you have to create a new version of yourself. And I've been able to learn this shit through epigenetics. I've been able to learn this shit through heart and brain coherence and understanding that we're light-seeking a human experience. And once we start to alchemize all the shit that we've been through in this fucking world, you got to sit in your dark side, and people are afraid to do that shit, man. They really are.
Well, people lie to themselves often.
Every fucking day, every minute, every day.
People lie to themselves often, and that's rough. Yeah, that's a rough thing to overcome.
But could you imagine? Sure. Could you imagine becoming yourself though? That's fucking personal development. Actually becoming the person. Like, I'm no different as I'm speaking to you now, or I'm speaking in the street, or I'm speaking to a fucking audience. I'm the same guy. You're getting the same version.
Yeah, I got. That's funny. I think that's just my mantra. I think that's just how I live. I'm always the same.
But think about that. Think about all the people that are faking shit every day. Caring about what other people. Caring about what other people actually think about you. I realize I just turned 60 years old. I realize people aren't fucking thinking about me. They're thinking about their own shit. Yeah, and that's why it's so powerful. Because when you're able to just become yourself, right? Instead of a carbon copy of what society says you have to be, fuck, that's powerful, man.
It is. Yeah.
Why do I care? Why do I care what somebody has, or what somebody says, or it's none of my fucking business. I mind my own business. If not, somebody else will. And I guess that's the reason why everybody pays a vig. Depends on what you're looking for, man. I'm balls to the wall now, getting my story out and helping people. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. And I piss a lot of fucking people off.
You piss a lot of... Who do you piss off?
Mostly clients.
When you tell them the truth.
Well, no, when they realize, when they have aha moments, right? When you're going through life and like... Look, man, I was molested as a kid. Fucked me up for 40-something years. I used to speak at convention centers and walk off stage. Get all of these accolades about being a guy with the information and all of that, and I'd walk off stage thinking I was a piece of shit because I never dealt with certain emotional issues that I had. Once I started tapping into that shit, started to realize that I can clear a path for whatever it is I want in this world just by getting all of these fucked up thoughts out of my head.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. There's a lot of people that, because that's definitely not you that's the piece of shit. You're the victim of it. And victims constantly think they're a bad thing because something happened to them. And and it's not just that. It's even like per se, like somebody who been cheated on. They feel like the fool. No, the fool is the dumbass that cheated. You know what I mean? Like it's
our ego rubs us. Our ego rubs us the wrong way sometimes.
Yeah. How do you get people to walk away from their ego? Ego is a tough thing to beat.
Not really. I mean, most of the shit that I teach is simple. It's just not easy. It's just required for you to do the fucking work. And the only thing that we have in this world that's constant is change. But yet most people would rather die than fucking change. And most people pivot when there's a catastrophic event or they've been diagnosed with something or whatever. I had a buddy of mine that used to tell me, he's like, we don't get ready, we stay ready. And this is what I show people, how to be ready all the fucking time. You can tell me, James, you can tell me that tomorrow morning I'm going to be dead at 6 a.m. And from midnight to 6 a.m. I'm going to be in the most excruciating fucking pain that a human can ever go through. They'll laugh in your fucking face. Because nothing's wiping the smile off my face. I refuse to have that shit.
Yeah.
I refuse to entertain it.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty big. I mean, that's. I don't know if I'd be smiling if I heard that.
Well, I'll give you an example, right? So in September, I had my 15th knee surgery. And in November, it was not healing that well, and it was still swollen and shit. And I went into the surgeon's office, and he's like, "Look, man, I think you have synovial sarcoma, and that's the reason why." I was like, "What the fuck?" 5 minutes later, he's addressing me. He's like, I just told you that you probably have cancer of your synovial fucking tissue, and you laughed in my face. He's like, "How the fuck did you do that?" I was like, "Wait, you think that was the only one?" Like I've had so many emotionally fucked up issues in my life come into play in the medical field. I was told one time, and it was a misdiagnosis, of course, but I was told one time that I had a unremarkable uterus from a test, and the test was with a pregnant woman, and my friends just they continue to just call me a pussy. They were like all laughing. They're like, "See, we knew you were a pussy your whole life." So. But the thing is, they told me twice that I was going to be treated for male breast cancer because that's huge in the 9/11 community. I mean, this shit fucks your head up.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would imagine. Like I said, I've been fortunate in my life. I mean, I've been fortunate health-wise in my life for sure. I'll knock on wood right now just to make sure. But
keep going in that right direction, right?
But I'm scared that if I ever start going to the doctor, that I feel like that healthcare system there's no incentive for them to fix you and get you on your way.
Exactly.
And that's what scares the hell out of me. You know what I mean? I'm scared to ever get involved. So that's why I try to stay away from it,
Well, the thing down here is I know people that are going for cancer treatments, but they're going to the naturista. They're going to the guy for the leaves and the herbs and all of that other shit because they're staying away from the chemo. And I had an opportunity of taking care of somebody that she had gotten the vaccine and she ended up with like fucking cancer on steroids. I mean, this shit ate right through her. And it took her, I think, 4
Your
years.
vaccine, you're talking about the COVID vaccine?
Yeah.
Okay.
As soon as she got it, she started getting immunity diseases. And then it went from immunity diseases to she had a nodule on her fucking neck that ended up, it looked like a fucking papaya when it was done. And medical shit, they don't make money. They don't make money treating people.
No, right. That's what I always said, because I know there was a dentist used to give out toothbrushes in the neighborhood when I was a kid. You know what I mean? And I remember as a kid even thinking, fuck that, I'd give out taffy, Just how I am, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's an incentive to get things better. Not to me, it doesn't seem that way.
We spend
and
the
that's
most
scary.
in the United States. We spend the most money on health, and we're the fucking sickest in the world.
Yeah, right.
It's all
for
corporate
sure.
bullshit. All it is corporations padding the bills.
Yeah, and I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I don't think vaccinations. There's a woman here in Strongsville. I just reached out to her. I want her to get on the podcast, but she's been in a lot of trouble over her. She definitely doesn't believe in vaccines, and she's a medical doctor, lost her license and everything.
Well, I think now
she does holistic feeling.
Okay, yeah, I think now kids need 72 vaccinations before they're like.
When I was reading about her, it said 96. I went, what the hell?
And
but
people
I guess,
line
like
up.
You said, 72.
People line up.
Me.
Are you out of your fucking mind?
It's wild. And then I remember when my daughter, because I have a kid I had a kid that was born in 94, 97. And when they were going to the doctors, I remember them getting chicken pox vaccines and HPV and all these different vaccines that they were getting that I'd never heard of, because I had like 3 when I was a kid. Probably same as you. You're a little older than I am. So she's getting all these vaccines, but then she ends up with chicken pox. I go, well, wait a minute. I mean, what was the point of having the vaccine if you're in it? So I don't even know that these actual vaccines are solving anything.
Well,
just like COVID.
Yeah.
Everybody got COVID after they got a vaccine. That doesn't make any sense.
But now it's like people are fucking dying from cancer on steroids, man.
Well, yeah, and a lot of that
motherfuckers
has to
up.
do with the diet and all that stuff. Have you ever watched that Forks Over Knives?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that he sits there and tells you that the diet is what's doing it. And then if you hear what Robert Kennedy's saying right now, it's sounds like the dyes and all that might be what's causing it in America that they don't even allow anywhere else.
Yeah.
That so that's a scary thought, and but I mean you trust them to give you the things and take care of you.
I don't fucking trust them fuckers for anything.
But you do until you don't. When you're a young man, I'm sure when you're a young man, you do, And it, like you say, everything changes. The only thing that stays the same is everything changes. You know what I mean? Yeah, I heard an interesting stat. This blew my mind. Back to the Future, remember that, right?
Yeah.
1985. We are right now, if we were to go back in the future the same amount of time he did in 1985, it'd be 1995.
Oh, shit.
That's wild, right? That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. And things have probably changed just as much. We just don't realize it because we lived it.
Huh?
Yeah, I mean that's wild to me though. When I heard that stat, and actually the stat was another thing that was interesting about it was they said when he went back to 1955, they were playing Mr. Sandman, Bring Me a Dream. And they said in 1995 you'd be listening to Enter the Sandman by Metallica. Pretty wild.
Blow that shit up, man. Amp that shit up.
I would say, yeah.
That's right.
I
It's
wonder
only
what.
30 years. That's wild, man.
Yeah, it was hard to believe. Like when they first said that, it was like, I mean, if you look at 19, so, I mean, literally, our teenage years when we were teenagers were as close to World War II as we are to our teenage years right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty wild when you think about it. But yeah, and things changed. I mean, they probably it feels like less than it did from 55 to 85, but it really isn't. Not really.
That's
a
crazy.
lot of change. It is. Yeah, it was.
What do you think it's going to be
mind-boggling.
like in the next 30 years? I was told I just got to keep alive for another 10 years and then I'll live for another 30.
Oh yeah, you think so?
Yeah, the shit that they're coming up with now is a lot of magnetics, a lot of energy, fucking frequencies and shit. Like this is my gig,
I think people personally, I think are going to get sicker. So, I don't know if they're going to solve it by medicine, but I think the lack of physical. I think robots and AI are going to start to take on most of the physical work away from us as humans.
And it rightfully should.
But
So
I
we can
think that
evolve
unless
into
we
something else.
exercise, I think unless we exercise, we're going to be sicker and sicker. I think
Who the
that the
fuck wants to
exercise is the biggest help.
Who the fuck wants to exercise? I'd rather eat
I mean,
buckets of chicken and fucking GMO'd and fried and bullshit.
I get it, but that's where the health issues come from. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Yeah, but
I
also,
think the
I
lack
mean-
of physical exercise.
The lack of physical exercise, no doubt, because people are just very complacent now, especially with devices, right?
And I think
fathers
it's your
kids.
mental.
Oh, it's all mental. It's all mental. Everything is mental. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
Our subconscious behavior is 95% of everything that we do every day. So we're literally programmed to just play this fucking this recorder over and over again. 5% of everything that we do is our conscious behavior. This shit blows my mind.
So that's your whole thing is you think that people get in their own way and that you try to change them to look outside the box.
See, the thing is, I can't change anybody because I used to say all the time I can't teach people shit just because they're going to listen to whatever I'm going to say. All I'm doing is regurgitating shit that's been around the earth forever, right? And just through my own experience. And my own experience had me sitting in my living room for 6 years trying to alchemize all the bullshit that I was going through with the doctors and personal relationships and people walking away from me because I wasn't fun anymore, or my rich friends walked away because I was broke, because I was battling fucking cancer and I wasn't achieving the thing. Like, this shit plays into your fucking head. I don't give a rat's ass about anybody's shit anymore. Whatever it is, because I'm smart enough to realize you could live in a fucking $30 million house, and as soon as you close the front door, you'd be wanting to off yourself numerous times.
Well, I mean, Robin Williams is a perfect example. I mean, there's a guy that was always happy, and we just talked about him on a podcast recently, that you wouldn't look at that guy and think depression, but clearly he was. I mean, guy that had everything was, everybody looked up to him. I mean, that's wild,
Yeah, but
You're right about
everybody's
that.
got their own demons, man. Everybody's got their own demons.
Yeah, and you can't control them, what they come up. But I don't know how you can. I mean, you can control them, but some people can't. But you're saying you could talk them through it, huh?
I did a lot of trauma coaching for free. So I was helping traffic victims. I was helping women that just got gang raped. I was the guy that got the 3 a.m. phone calls or the 3 a.m. video calls. And I've learned that there's certain behaviors that you could look for in people. There's certain ways people have tics. People have tells. So if somebody's going through a catastrophic event at that time, you have to fucking disrupt them. You know who Tony Robbins is?
Tony Robb, no,
The big
I do
dude,
not.
the big dude with the bright teeth. Fucking one of the best personal development people on planet Earth.
Oh, okay,
Right?
all right, okay.
He's like this fucking he's a guru in what he does, right? And I watched him one time, and it's all about disruptors. It's all about giving a person a disruptor in their mental thought. So this lady he was asking her questions and shit, and all she was doing was bitching and complaining about her husband. Just fucking ripping this guy a new asshole. He's a piece of shit. Tony Robbins in front of, 8,000-10,000 people. Serious face, man. He's like, well, when was the last time you blew him? Right?
Good question.
So here's the thing. It's an absurd disruptor, right? Everybody in the fucking audience is like, oh my God, what the fuck? But it stopped her dead in her tracks. And then all of a sudden she turned the way she thought about her husband. So there's something in science called raw language. Most of us learn through raw language. Harvard, Princeton, Yale, they've done studies on this shit.
What do you mean? Define that to me.
So the thing is, it's like, I freely talk the way I want.
Okay.
I could say fuck, I could, whatever. It doesn't bother me at all. Because I've listened and watched how humans react to each other. You ever see somebody, I don't curse. No, but you're fucking over everybody in your life. You know what I mean? Like they're looking at that and they're like, oh, you're a fucking Neanderthal. Yeah, but you just siphoned $500 million out of your fucking client's trust account, you piece of shit. Like that.
I had somebody I used to compete against that I used to get pissed off about. He was a drywall contractor. I do commercial metal studs, drop ceiling, drywall, that type of stuff. And this guy would take his lunch break and he'd pray before he ate his lunch. When he would be on site, on the job site, he would pray before he ate his lunch. But he had all illegals working for him, paying everybody that was not illegals was only getting like $12 an hour. You know what I mean? Like, I go, you're not a Christian, dude. Fuck you. It just annoyed me. It really annoyed me. But that's kind of what you're talking about.
It's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, look at me. I drive a fucking Lamborghini. I'm doing it. Yeah, but you're also a fucking human trafficker, you piece of shit.
Right.
It's just in this society, and it's global.
I mean,
now.
not everybody in a Lamborghini is a human trafficker.
No, I'm just using it's general.
Some people earned it.
Absolutely. It's those things that, like, I've learned in my life that people aren't always who they say they are.
Oh, that's a fact. That's 100%. I mean, everybody. That's somebody said something one time, and I remember. I'll never forget it. They said if you ever wonder what somebody could do or is capable of, just think about what you could personally do in any given situation.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's like, when you think of things that way, it's like, oh, well, you know, I mean, in the wrong situation, we could all do some fucked up shit, you know?
And then put us in a group.
Absolutely.
Then put us in a group dynamic, and that's something entirely different. You'll do shit.
Right.
You'll do shit you never thought you could fucking do if you put in a group dynamic, just because you want it to feel, you know, inclusive.
Sure.
This is all human behavior shit that, like, most people, they don't understand. They're not practicing who the fuck they can be. You can be whatever you want in this world. Nobody's paying attention. Just go take it.
So you're basically, what you're saying, what you do is self-help, basically. Kind of like, what'd you say his name's Tony Robbins?
Tony Robbins, right? So, like,
Robbins.
He's got an entirely different approach. I mean, so all this shit spawns off the old dudes. Jim Rohn, Earl Nightingale. This is not... And what I do is I explain all of this shit through my experience. Tony explains all of this shit through his experience. You explain things through your experience. So regurgitated shit. However, I practice it. And it's a big difference. Right? So I could be walking around. I'll go for a walk and I'll listen to like 936 HC frequencies for fucking 2-3 hours. Because I understand that frequencies permeate the subconscious. It goes right into the fucking subconscious. It bypasses your conscious thought.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I'm lost.
All right. So everything.
First of all, let me just say I've never listened or seeked out any self-help. I don't try to improve myself at all. I'm a horrible person. And I'm okay with who I am. I don't try to improve myself. I've never had the intention to try to improve myself.
So let me explain it to you this way, right? 97%, I think it's 97 and 93% of everything that we say is in body language and not in our tonality. Not in our verbiage, not in our words.
My wife would agree with you.
Right? So it's like, okay, so that alone is its own frequency. You know, based off of your experience, if somebody's going to fuck you up. If you're in a bar, right, and you have a bar and a grill, you know when that fucking tension, when shit really gets tense, you know somebody's ready to throw something down.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you're picking up that frequency. You're picking up that energy.
Okay.
We all have the ability to do it. It's just based off our distractions of whether or not we want to. So what I had to do while I was battling the fucking cancer, while I was battling all the disease shit, battling all the fucking doctors, I was losing my fucking mind. Because I wasn't mentally able to compete with all the shit that was being thrown at me. So when life is lifing at you and it just fucking keeps coming and coming and coming, if you're not in a responsive state and you're in a reactionary state, that shit's gonna get worse.
But what's the HC3 frequencies you're talking about?
936 HZ.
HZ, okay.
Yeah, there's many different frequencies.
What is that?
There's many different frequencies, man.
Like,
and
you listen to something through headphones or something?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It's called somatic. It's called somatic frequencies. It's like what the yogis do and all of that shit.
Does it have a sound? Does it make a noise?
Oh, absolutely.
It does. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
There's musical.
I'll have to check it out. I'll have to see what that
shit.
is.
Yeah, just go on YouTube, man. This shit's free. Go on YouTube and just start listening to frequencies. Put in what frequency you want to listen to. I want to get mentally stable. There's fucking frequencies for that. I want to be more at peace. There's frequencies for that.
Oh, no kidding. Really?
Oh, absolutely.
I never even heard of this.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it makes sense. Music is nothing more than something that puts you in the right mood or fixes you. Or,
yeah, it's a frequency. And if you and if you dial into those frequencies, man, you can actually change your outcome of your life.
I'll tell you what. You know what's funny? Last night I was leaving. My dad had his toes cut off at the hospital because he has an infection. So I was leaving the hospital last night. I was visiting, right at 8:00 last night. I'm leaving. And there's this old guy down there playing a piano in the middle of the lobby, nobody around, and I was sitting there watching me singing. He's old. I mean, he wasn't moving very good. He was singing real light, only to himself, nobody around, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen or heard in my life. Just playing in the lobby in the hospital. I sat there for a little while watching him. I thought he'd take a break and I'd say thank you, but he never seemed to take a break. So I just threw some money on the counter, like a little $20 or something, and just left. You know what I mean? But it was amazing. I mean, music does have that ability to put you in the right, state of mind. So I can imagine frequencies could do the same thing.
Well, music
I
is
don't. It's weird,
right? It's the same. It's the same shit.
But I mean, what makes it appealing to listen to this? I don't understand. Like, music has a volume and it's a beautiful thing.
Cadence, right? It's all cadence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So frequencies are cadences. I mean, so for me, I've been in personal development pretty much my whole life. I mean, I was a drug addict when I was in my fucking teens. I was molested as a kid. I was bankrupt fucking early and had so many fucked up experiences in businesses. And I was wandering through life. Literally wandering in fucking pain, because at that time I kept getting knee operations and then would go to the drugs, and so I was always fucking outside of my head. Most people's problems are corrected when they go inside. That's why it's called being insane. You have to go inside for your sanity. Where everybody's looking for all of these outside influences to help them, when actually everything that you're looking for is inside you. Everything.
I can agree with that.
Right?
I can agree. I've always said happiness comes from within.
Okay, so now
I've always said that.
Now I'm going to give you an example. It's probably going to fuck you up even more. I help people tap into something called the quantum field. Now, this is
quantum field.
You never heard of the quantum field?
I mean, Google got that quantum computer going right now.
The quantum field is the frequency of humans.
Okay.
Okay? So here's the thing. The only way I can explain this in like layman's terms is right now we're talking in the quantum field. We're not connected to anything. Right?
Okay.
So we have Wi-Fi. You can't see Wi-Fi.
Right.
Okay. But the companies know how to tap into the frequency of Wi-Fi. That's how you get a fucking bill for your cell phone. That's how you get a bill for your Wi-Fi service at your house, right? There's no lines anymore. Everything is all here. Okay?
Okay.
Humans are the same way. And I'll give you an example. You could take 5 women from 5 different parts of the world, put them on an island, and in a few months their cycles will sync.
Yes.
It's because they
My
have to
mother's
sync.
told me about that. Yeah.
That's tapping into the quantum field.
This is like some Native American type thing you're talking about.
No, but the thing is, this is us right now. Well, I live in the middle of the Mayan Empire. Man. I've witnessed some fucking crazy shit down here.
Well, I've seen too that they say that I've seen where they talk about throughout the world, like in history, throughout the whole entire world, 1,000 years ago, when we had no ability to connect to each other, we were doing things very similar in Asia that we were doing them in, say Africa or in South America or whatever. They had very similar things, like they were making similar tools. They were making, you know what I mean? I've seen that before. That's like, and that's what you're talking about, essentially, correct?
That's exactly it, man. This shit. It's not that it's ancient. It's human. It's just humans are ancient. So whatever the fuck we were doing 1,000,000 years ago, we can still do today. I don't watch sports anymore. I quit watching fucking sports when I stopped being a bookie. Because I had the most fucked up experiences with people just trying to pay me off. Nah, man.
I live in Cleveland. I should stop watching sports, but I can't wait to go finish watching a Browns game right now. I don't know what's the matter with me.
Okay, no.
I'm gonna go watch it anyway.
And there's nothing fucking wrong with that at all, right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. When I'm done, I'm gonna be listening to frequencies.
Yeah, a lot of high achievers don't watch sports at all. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of basic shit that people do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of high achievers that wear one shirt and one pair of pants. One color, I should say. They'll wear a black shirt or a white shirt and blue jeans, and they'll have 50 fucking white shirts and then 50 pieces of blue jeans. And the reason why they fucking do that is because they know they don't have to think about that. There's not a decision that has to be made on that. They just go and pick it. This is the shit that I teach people.
I wear the same thing because my wife didn't do the laundry. That's the only time I don't do it.
She's gonna kick your ass, man.
She is gonna kick my ass. You're not wrong about that.
Billy, what the fuck did you say?
I'm not high achieving. I just don't have clean laundry.
It's so funny because I live on the edge of life, right? I live on the fucking edge, man. I'm into psychedelics. I'm into DMT. I've been in fucking.
Well, you can get that in Mexico too, right? Like that's like they'll treat
United
you.
States.
No, I get it, but you can actually get it from a medical doctor. It's approved there, correct?
I don't know. DMT isn't approved anywhere.
Not DMT, but like Ibogaine.
Yeah, Ibogaine. Yeah, but they're $10,000 fucking sessions, man. That's ridiculous.
Holy shit! Really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah,
Even
no.
in Mexico.
They got Ibogaine clinic in fucking Playa del Carmen. I think it's like $10,000, man. That's fucking insanity.
Does it really work though? If it works, it's worth it.
That's exactly it. If it works, it's worth it.
Right. But how come not ketamine?
Ketamine is what? Well, Ibogaine is just a different. No, it's just a different.
Or ayahuasca or whatever.
Ayahuasca. Well, DMT is the most psychedelic compound known to man or some shit.
DMT is?
Yeah.
Where does that come from? And you've done that?
Oh yeah, over 300 times.
Oh Jesus! You got it. Why do you do it so much?
Well, because everybody's on a different mission, man. My next book is The Shaman from Jersey. I had to alchemize everything in my life.
But I thought that it was something that cleared your head for a minute or for a while. I didn't think you'd have to get back to it.
It's not that you have to get back to it. Like I said, everybody has their thing, right? My thing is the shaman. I've been a shaman my whole fucking life, and I never realized until probably the last couple few years.
So do you do that? Do you do like ayahuasca courses and stuff like that?
No. I don't fuck around with any of that shit with other people because that's a personal thing. See, my mission in life was to overcome myself.
Okay.
Right? And by overcoming myself, I became an expert in human behavior.
Okay.
So if you overcome yourself, you're an expert in human behavior.
If you overcome yourself?
Yeah, you're an expert in human behavior.
I mean, I think you're an expert in your behavior. I don't know about human behavior.
Well, we're all humans, right? So whatever the fuck is fucking you up mentally is fucking somebody else up mentally. It's just a different story. And it's the emotional attachments that we have to stories that will change your end result in your life.
Okay.
Because we can recall certain stories. Our brain doesn't know the difference between fantasy or reality. It has no time stamp. So if you
I heard that if you imagine something, I heard that just recently actually. I just heard that your brain can't decipher things that like fantasy from reality basically. Like if you fantasize something, your mind is the same as if you did it. Is that true?
That's your reticular activating system. Yeah. Your reticular. So we all have a reticular activating system. It's our software program. Okay. That once we tap into the thing called the quantum field, all right, our reticular activating system, all it wants to do is fucking please you. You got to remember, we're ancient, right? Our mechanism, our bodies are ancient. So we were designed fight, flight, and freeze. We were designed to protect ourselves. We were designed to be like afraid of that fucking saber-toothed tiger. The problem is we're not getting chased by saber-toothed tigers anymore. We're getting our balls busted by our in-laws. We're getting our balls busted by our fucking wives or our kids. That's an emotional control system that you have to fucking control. So if you're not able to control it, you're fucking all over the place. You're not in control of your emotions.
Okay. That's a kind of makes sense, I guess.
Well,
to some degree. I know I'm not controlling my emotions. I'll blow up at any given time. I mean, I know that. I can blow at any time.
Okay, at any given time.
Hey, you say the wrong thing right now, I'll blow up.
Okay, but now you're talking to somebody that understands why you blow up, because I used to blow up. And
yeah.
don't take it the wrong way, but it's all fucking emotional shit from when we were kids, and all emotional shit of, like, why would you blow up if somebody, like, listen to my tonality, right? That's a frequency.
Right.
Right? Instead of, well, James, why do you blow up? If I'm going to mirror
Okay.
you, I'm going to talk to you the same way. I'm going to talk to you like this because I'm mirroring your effect of everything that you're fucking saying. All
That
I
makes
am is
sense.
a mirror to
Yeah.
somebody. Man.
Yeah,
My
that makes
fucking
sense.
light pisses off people's dark. That's why when you ask, like, who you piss off, my clients mostly, because they have to look inside themselves and think about all of their shitty thoughts that they have and understand that they need to be accountable and responsible for their fucking life. Nobody else can. That's something when people tap into that, they control their emotions. Like, hey, you know what? The reason why I blew up is because I was fucking emotionally insecure because of X, Y, and Z happened when I was a kid. Or my father said this, or my grandmother thought I was like that. We bring this shit our whole life. We're fucking children in adult bodies, man.
Yeah. And it's not always your father. It could just be
No, I'm just
you
using
weren't the
that as
cool kid in the neighborhood, or you were the coolest kid in the neighborhood, or whatever it was. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
some dweeby fuck beat your ass in front of all your friends, so you weren't the cool kid anymore. Everybody made fun of you.
Something. Yeah.
Well,
You
people
could
will
be
take
fucked
that-
for being the cool kid too, though. I mean, that could fuck you
course.
emotionally. I mean, you see it all the time. I mean, all those kids in the '80s with the IROCs, are not really the successful bunch that they should be, right? I mean, let's be honest.
The Monte Carlos, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up in Cliffside Park, New Jersey, and at that time when we were kids, right? We used to call the place fucking Mayberry. It was like a mile long, and MTV at that time used to walk the fucking avenue with their.
Oh,
with
wow.
Their, oh yeah, no, this is great. And you're talking every fucking IROC, Monte SS, like Mustangs, like all the. It's like their parents bought them all of that shit. So you had these kids thinking that they were like, better than everybody else. And you look at them now and you're like, guess it didn't work
They
out.
failed, huh? They
Guess
failed.
it didn't work out for you too well.
I want to keep talking, but I want to take a quick break because
Yeah,
I gotta use the restroom real quick.
Okay.
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah, do it.
All right, I'm back. I'm back. Is he there? I can hear him, but I don't see him yet. Whew.
Sorry about that.
All
I
right,
did the
there you are.
same thing, but I shut
Yeah.
the camera. I shut the camera off because I'm in this small spot, right? So I have my desk in front of me. I got a wall here. I got the chair, and I did an interview one time, and I wiped the fuck out. So every time I go to get up, I shut the camera off.
Yeah, that's not that wouldn't be a good look, but it'd be funny. I mean, you
I
got to
don't
give us
care.
content.
Oh, it was funny as fuck. That's why I shut the camera off now. I'm like, yeah, you keep embarrassing yourself like that, and then you're like, who gives a fuck? Made for a
Right?
great
Yeah,
video.
who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, no. Like I said, I don't even pay attention anymore. Really, it's football season. You just froze up. Hello, James. Internet just froze up, dude.